Hey everybody, Josh and David here for Whiskey Wednesday for Argonaut Wine and Liquor. Today we have an awesome new barrel to bring to you guys, as well as something from Barrell that we thought, went well with the holidays. So being that it's going to be Thanksgiving next week, we wanted to feature something kind of special. So first up and in the glass is our newest Rittenhouse rye single barrel. So like all Rittenhouse, 100 proof, but going to be a little bit different than your normal Rittenhouse, something that our tasting team liked a little bit better than the regular.
Yeah, and I mean, this is just your classic bartender favorite for making cocktails.
What do you mean?
Whether it be a Manhattan Old Fashioned, bartenders love this. But this is, like Josh said, going to be a little bit different because it is a single barrel, which makes it kind of fun. So
yeah, it's really interesting. On the nose, this is a lot sweeter than I would have anticipated. I mean, Rittenhouse is known for being a, big kind of spicy rye. But dill, not getting a lot of that dill that typically comes through with the rye. No, on the nose I get some of the baking spices, but I also get a little bit of that like confectionery, cakey sweetness, which is really rare for a rye.
Wow. On the palate, I do get spice. This definitely will hold up in a cocktail.
But
kind of interesting. It tastes almost like a little bit like a Smartie on the back end with the sweetness.
Definitely.
Kind of odd, but really delicious and be fun to play with.
Yeah, it's big, it's spicy up front. You get a big kind of explosion of that like usual mid-palate spice, some of those baking spice notes right up front. And then you're right, the back end is a lot sweeter, got like a little bit of that kind of Smarties, a little bit of that kind of cakey confectionery sweetness like we were saying on the nose. Just a really, way more deep and complex than your regular Rittenhouse.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. We could just throw this on the rocks or meat, be a great pour.
Yeah, and especially on sale at $29.99. You can't really beat that price. Just $1 more than the regular on the shelf stuff, and I would take that over the regular any day.
With how expensive everything's gotten in the bourbon world these days, or really everything these days, it's nice to have something you can just drink and not feel bad about.
Yeah, so absolutely. And then coming up next, this is from our friends over at Barrell Craft Spirits. This is their bourbon cast finish series finished in Amburana. So
series number one, or batch number one, right?
Batch one of this. So if you guys have been, fans of Whiskey Wednesday for a while, you'll remember that a couple years back we did a Whistle Pig finished in Amburana.
More than a couple.
That was a while ago.
But to Josh's point, it was a long time ago, and still to this day, one of my favorite single barrels we've ever had. So anytime I see Amburana, I get excited.
Yeah, and for those of you who don't know, Amburana is a Brazilian hardwood. They generally use it to age cachaça in, which is a Brazilian type of rum. And the last Amburana finish we did, that Whistle Pig, had people called it the Cinnamon Toast Crunch bottle. Like, it was just super cinnamony, super sweet, just way different than a normal rye.
And I can get that Amburana on the nose, or, whatever, that same vibe that came from the Whistle Pig.
Absolutely. And this is a bourbon, not a rye. Obviously the Whistle Pig was a rye, so this will be this a little bit different.
It's a little softer. Wow, the nose is great.
Hey.
Very viscous mouthfeel on that. Sticks with you. There's a lot to digest here. Wouldn't say Cinnamon Toast Crunch. It actually got a nice spice to it as well.
Definitely.
But I'm definitely a holiday bourbon.
Yeah, for sure. Kind of Christmas cakey, gives you that type of vibe. Like a spicy, cakey type of whiskey. And this is fantastic. So I believe we've got about 12-ish bottles of this left. And I believe once it's gone, it's gone. I'm not sure if we'll be able to get more. And then obviously we have the whole barrel on this one. But again, once it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah.
So yeah, great day for whiskey down at Argonaut. Thanksgiving coming up. It's going to be a crazy busy week next week. If you're looking to beat some lines, I would recommend stocking up early, starting today, tomorrow, already for Thanksgiving, because through this weekend and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are just always insane. But also on top of that, do watch out on the app for the next few days. We will be doing some things that you'll get some push notifications for, drops, things like that. Don't know exactly what yet, but there will be a few things. So keep an eye out on the app.
And Whiskey Wednesday, we're probably going to do it at 10 a.m. next week. So tune in for that. We're going to be very busy on Wednesday, Thanksgiving Eve, Blackout Friday or Blackout Wednesday.
Right.
So we try to get everything out of the way early so we can just help everybody in the store. Also, speaking of in-store, you can try both of these today if you want to come down. We'll be doing a tasting for about an hour, just depending on the line. So you can come try both of these, see if you like them. You can buy them. But yeah. So anything else, Josh?
No, happy early Thanksgiving, and come on down, give them a shot. Cheers.
Cheers.